anime, we have Saitama, who wanted to become a hero for fun. It took him 3 years of monotonous training to achieve that goal. But once he did, his life became boring. As he himself says, the evil in this world hasn't decreased just because he became a hero. He doesn't understand what's wrong with him, why his life feels so lifeless and empty. As more time passes, his emotions become more distant. Fear, joy, anger, he feels nothing. He traded all that for power and wonders if he had to give up everything essential that makes him a human being in order to achieve his goal and become the strongest. Even the brother who became a monster and thought of himself as the strongest asked himself the same question. I am the strongest, but what does it matter when I feel so empty? Saitama told him that having immense strength is actually pretty boring. Before, he had all sorts of emotions while fighting. Anger, panic, rage, but now he just needs one punch to finish them all. Every day he comes home unscratched and washes his gloves. While fighting monsters, he no longer feels his heart is in it. He does hero work as a hobby. Now, let's look at Saitama's problem from another perspective. Saitama wanted to become a hero, and that was his hobby. There was no deeper reason. It took him 3 years to achieve that goal. Now that he's achieved it, he feels empty, and his whole life is too easy and boring. We can notice the metaphysical law of polarization, which is that while we strive for one thing, we actually received the complete opposite. We cannot know what is fun if we haven't experienced boredom, and vice versa. We cannot know what health is until we experience illness. Saitama wanted to become a hero for fun, but in the end, when he achieved that goal, instead of fun, he got boredom. Every day, boredom that never ends. The period when Saitama was happiest was when he first started his hero journey and was on the path to becoming a hero. When he became a hero, that is, when he achieved his goal, he stopped feeling enjoyment and started to get bored because, quote, he became too strong. There is nothing stronger than a desire. While you haven't achieved it, you think about it constantly, but when you achieve it, it disappears. So it's important to keep in mind that when you want to achieve a goal, the achievement itself should never be the primary focus. Instead, you should enjoy the journey toward that goal. Otherwise, when you achieve the goal, it will not give you the long-term satisfaction that you want. In Saitama's case, he wanted to become a hero, and he succeeded. That is a skill he mastered, and in that area, he no longer has the room to grow, as he himself says. What is the skill that you have mastered so much that it has become boring to you, while others find it completely fascinating? I personally don't have a skill that I have mastered to the point that others are amazed while I find it boring. But I listened to an interview with a woman who does body art. She said she became so skilled at it, just as Saitama became too strong, that she could draw anything she wanted, whenever she wanted. And when she reached that point, she got bored and went to look for another skill she knew nothing about, because in the skill she mastered, there was no more room for growth. You will notice that many other heroes want to become as strong as Saitama, but they don't succeed, not even close. Here we come to the second metaphysical law, which is the principle of givenness. How many times in your life have you had a situation where you wanted to succeed in a certain area of your life, but no matter how hard you tried, you always hit a barrier you could not break, while others, even though they don't try as hard as you, manage to be better than you? If this has happened to you, you should know the following. Your efforts will not bring you results precisely because of the principle of givenness. So, Saitama is better than others because his soul wanted to manifest in that field. There is no specific reason why he is a hero except for fun. Remember the fight with the mosquitoes. Saitama can kill the mosquito woman who nearly destroyed Genos, but Saitama cannot kill a little mosquito that's bothering him, while Genos can easily kill little mosquitoes. Other heroes have chosen this path because they have a certain reason why they think they have to be heroes. To earn money, to protect other people, because it's moral, but no one does it for fun, except Saitama. We can freely say about them that they have chosen the wrong profession, because the place where a person is the strongest is the original line we talked about earlier. and every person has their own blueprint that they need to find and align with. When a person strays from their path, they will never be able to fulfill the blueprint of their soul and play their game where they are the strongest, but will instead be stuck for the rest of their life in a game imposed by others. Remember the quote from Lao Tzu: "To conquer yourself is a greater victory than to conquer 1,000 in a battle. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." The task for each of us is to discover the place where we are the strongest, and that place is the original blueprint of our soul, the original line I mentioned at the beginning. To find your original line, the blueprint of your soul, you need to recognize where your goals come from, when they originated, and more importantly, what pain they are based on. Which events from your past influenced your decision to separate from your soul and step into a lie. When you recognize and remove things that are not in line with your original line, space will open up for you to connect with the reason you came into this world, to dedicate yourself to it, and to build your life and new goals on that foundation. You will enjoy the process of achieving them without being fixated on their final accomplishment. When you focus on achieving a goal, and when you achieve it, when you become so skilled at something that there is no more room for growth, you will feel as if you have finished the game but are simultaneously trapped in it and don't know how to get out of it. You should love what you do, your calling should be fun for you, but you cannot only want to have fun, because you will trigger the law of polarization and get completely opposite of fun: boredom.